In this video, we will see how a friendly crocodile says hello, and a staring contest, and we shall show you how to touch the Australia's most dangerous animal.
Hey, welcome to Australian Reptile Park. So this is our today's tour. Enjoy!
This is the entrance to the reptile park, and the frilled neck lizard you see on top once looked at Medusa's eyes and turned to stone. True story. Near the ticket counter there is a smiling crocodile statue. Once we enter the park, it's quite scenic with lots of greenery. I especially appreciate the running water, and there are some walkways that are almost magical. In the more open areas, there are lots of free running kangaroos that you can just walk up to and put your hands on them. I almost forgot how soft kangaroo fur really is. Kinda like our dog Vanilla after he has been to the groomer and comes back all fluffy and soft. Now let's come back to the park. Apart from being scenic and relaxing, there are a lot of different enclosures containing different kinds of animals. So let's have a look at some of them. As the name of the park suggests that it is a reptile park, there are on display reptiles of many different kinds, such as skinks, snakes, water dragons, monitors, and many other. Some of them you actually get to hold them, as we shall do shortly. And there are other furry mammals as well, which we shall be looking at shortly as well. The heat monitors enjoying the heater inside their burrow. One of my favorite, the blue-tongued lizards, that is found very commonly in Australia, even in people's backyards, and they make a great pet, very friendly. There were some species from overseas as well, such as these massive Galapagos Island tortoise, still famous for winning his debut race against the rabbit. There is a dedicated enclosure for Komodo dragons. And then there is a whole collection of enclosures for mammals of various size and types. Some of them are actually kept quite low, so you can actually reach and pet them. Not all of them though. For example, you do not want to be trying to pet the dingoes, various little wallabies or koalas. Sure you can. In fact, you can have your photos taken while you hold a koala in your arms. You can also get your photos taken with a python around your neck, and in our case, we had our photos taken with baby crocodiles in our hands. Those amongst you who like spiders is gonna love this one. There is a whole display place for spiders of various kinds, and there is a lot of information to learn there as well. Similarly, there were exhibits of different kinds as well, in this case nocturnal creatures, which is why everything is so dark. There were bird enclosures as well, and one of them we could go right into, and there were a bunch of birds running around. How nice! And as I looked up, there were a bunch of bats as well taking a nap. For the parents amongst us who would like to rest for a bit and let the young ones burn off some of the extra energy, there is a nice colorful playground as well. One thing that I was really happy to see is that this is a park open to public, but also they engage in a lot of conservation activity. There are lots of creatures that are threatened or even endangered due to habitat destruction or various other external factors. They are breeding them and reintroducing them back to the habitat. It's a fantastic effort to see. Visit aussieark.org.au to see the various species of animals they are helping and how they are helping and how you can get involved. A lovely swimming pool. But they've put up a sign to not swim in it because Elvis over there, he does not like to share his fancy swimming pool. How rude. Instead, there is a lake. But if you are intending to swim in it, just make sure you are vaccinated. Yeah, that's going to be important. Now back to Elvis again. He is a saltwater crocodile, a fairly large one at that. They do a feeding show almost every day. Please check the schedule on their website of what time they do that. The show itself is quite informative. I really did enjoy it. And in the process we get to see things that we normally wouldn't because the crocodile is on the move.
Look at the way he moves beneath the water. He does not create a single ripple or disturbance as he does so. Remember, he's 450, maybe 500 kilos. Right now he's swimming through probably about a metre of water, not a single disturbance. Now he can do this due to all those lumps and bumps that line the back and the tail. Those are called osteoderms or scoots. It's a little piece of bone underneath each scale. And essentially they create currents and countercurrents beneath the surface which cancel each other out. And that allows even very large salties like Elvis to move just inches below the surface, as we see here, without a single disturbance.
And of course, how quickly Elvis can move when he feels like doing so. It is truly impressive to see in real life.
Come on. There you go. Try and get his head right up for you. A little more serious now. Oh, there you go. Get it.
Elvis was awesome. In fact, the whole experience of visiting the Australian Reptile Park was incredible. Some creatures we get to pet, others we admire from a distance. And to visit the Australian Reptile Park, it's about 1 hour's drive away from Sydney City. The freeway itself is quite scenic, so that's an enjoyable trip in and of itself. I would highly recommend you visit, if you can, the Australian Reptile Park. That is all for this episode of Location. I hope you will check out the next episode. I don't know where we are going, someplace different perhaps. I shall see you in the next one. Until then, you take care of yourself.